Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. It is a beautiful, brisk morning here. Christmas is in the air, the trees are all lit up downtown, and I just got a great cup of coffee at the Barista and the Bean at Patriot Popcorn with my new friend, John Brady, who's coming on the podcast this morning, so get excited for John Brady. Hey, John. Good to see you.
Thank you for having
Thank you for coming coming on the podcast. I'm sure our listeners are going to learn all about you and your business, and hopefully come get some popcorn because I had the blessing of going up there this morning. It smelled amazing, and he even gave me a bag. So I'm like, my mouth's sitting here watering, so I might eat some during the podcast just because I can't probably not. So tell the audience a little bit about John Brady. What's your story a little bit? Introduce yourself, and then we'll get into how you got here, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm John with Patriot Popcorn Company. My brother Mike and we own it. We've been playing around with it since we were kids, and then as he got older, he went off into blue collar field. I went off into things that I want to do, so I worked starting EMS and fire at 17, worked my way into the infantry, served about 8 years with the Army.
Awesome.
And then after that, was a public safety officer for about 5 years at a department in a hospital, which was a very, very interesting time. And then my brother and we decided to put our money where our mouths were, and we started Patriot Popcorn Company.
Now, where did it start? Because you're not from around here.
No, so
you ain't from around here, is what we say.
Yeah, so I'm originally from northern left corner of Illinois, bordering Iowa and Wisconsin, small little town called Elizabeth, and then moved down towards the suburbs when Mom got sick. She was starting to get cancer. So started with stage 3 breast and progressed and got worse and worse. And ended up in Earlville, and it was funny. So my brother and his wife had a farmette and a 3-car garage. And when we decided that we were going to do Patriot Popcorn, this was a little bit after Mom had passed, that we come together, and I looked at him. I says, "Listen, you know how we always talked about opening up a popcorn shop as kids? Let's do it." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do it." And so we did. We took money out of our own pockets, took out a couple loans, and we made it happen. We custom the one section of the garage into a popcorn shop.
Nice.
World shut down. We're like, great. Now what are we going to do?
Right.
So as I always joke around, I was like, well, like the government, we're going to do whatever we want to.
I love it.
So then we went farmers markets, started doing a bunch of online sales and everything. And we focused on a mission where instead of proceeds going over to such and such an organization that help veterans or whatever,
right,
I was like, no, we're going to do it direct.
Yeah.
So took my own personal experiences, my brothers, anybody else that we come across that served country and community, bring them in, and started meeting a huge community. We exploded really fast, meeting new friends, networking, and from there we were able to become really a centralized resource point that offers a lot of assistance to those that serve country and community.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there we were. Then we started building up to where we moved into a small town, Hinckley, Illinois, and had a little shop that was attached to the house. Had its own separate drive. It was really cool.
That
used
is
to be
cool.
a beauty and hair salon.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Well, I guess if you go way back in history, it used to be a pole barn or something.
Oh.
And then that progressed into a garage. That progressed into a beauty hair salon.
And then popcorn shop.
Yeah.
So sounds like a good setup.
Yeah. And so from there, we got really tired of Illinois. We always wanted to leave Illinois for many years. And we looked at Cody, Wyoming, being the rodeo capital of the world. Love it out there. Beautiful place. But better know somebody to hold a piece of property for you. You better have a lot of money because nothing's ever posted.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It just disappears quickly.
Comes and goes.
All private sales.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So then I always thought about Tennessee. Used to come down here for backcountry camping trips here and there.
Okay. Like as a kid?
Just as an adult, every now and then I got a chance to drive down here, go bum around the mountains and just camp out and
nice. I always wonder how people get here. And so now the world is telling everybody that Johnson City is the #1 place to move. So
yeah,
you're like, hey, Fox News and everybody, you can slow it down a little bit. But we get great.
We got to get that parking figured out.
We got to get some parking figured out downtown for sure. But we'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we come bumming through here and.
So you just kind of, you and your brother loaded up and just drove down and said, all right, this looks good to us.
Well, pretty much. We were mostly looking at Jonesboro and Elizabethton first.
Okay.
And
Elizabethton, that's like Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Where you came from.
Yep.
A little different.
Very close. Took me a minute to figure out how to say it.
Elizabethton. Yeah. If you're listening, that's how you say it.
We thought about Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
There's, I think, another shop down there, and I'm kind of a humble individual. You know, I don't want to show up. Somebody has the same exact business and try to compete with them, and if I throw them out of business, I mean, I'm just not that kind of person.
Right.
So we steered clear of there, and here we are, turning into Johnson City as we're coming through. We're like, wow, all right, that's a pretty big place.
Yeah.
Seems to be nice, and talking with some of the waiters and waitresses. We stopped at a couple of restaurants,
right,
checking things out.
Do a market study on popcorn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got popcorn around? No, we don't.
Yeah, within like I think 50-mile radius. I think we're the only ones.
That's awesome.
You think people said there used to be one at the mall here?
Yes, caramel corn when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And there was Orange Julius right beside it, so you get a box of caramel corn and Orange Julius, and you'd just be set up. It was fantastic.
What's Orange Julius?
It's like a orange kind of slushy, like a freeze kind of thing, but it was orangey with real orange juice. It was oh my gosh, so good. Oh man,
that does sound pretty good.
It is good. I think they still have them somewhere. I'll have to look at that, see if we can find one. I'll take you to get you an orange.
All right. I'll hold you to it. Mm-hmm. And then in exchange, I'll get you more popcorn.
There you go. Yeah. More popcorn for Orange Julius. We'll do that trade all day long. We'll barter on the popcorn. So if you're listening and you have an Orange Julius machine, come give John one. He'll swap it out for some popcorn.
That's right. Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, that's kind of what we do with military, police, fire, search and rescue, hot shot crews, you name it. When they come in, they put a patch up on the walls.
Uh-huh.
We get them a bag of popcorn exchange and always 20% off for their service.
That's awesome.
Yep, for them and their family. Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for serving for sure, and thank you for honoring those that do. It's very, very necessary and honorable, and I think I wish I'd done it when I was back getting ready to go to college instead of just jumping right in. I should have joined the military because I think it would have helped me out a lot for sure. Okay, so you guys drove down here. And you've been here how long now?
We are going on 8 months being in business and 9 months of living here.
Wow, that's quick. So
oh yeah,
yeah. So what is your favorite thing about Johnson City now? I mean, you're a newbie, but favorite thing?
My absolute favorite thing about Johnson City is how spread out it is and how not so big it really is. If that makes sense.
It is spread out, and yet it's not big. I like it. Yeah.
So when you're downtown, you can't get lost.
No.
There's so many
small downtown for sure.
Oh yeah, so many unique shops to check out.
Yeah.
I will say there's more and more coming, which is great. I hope that there's gonna be a little more recreation on this side of the downtown versus up the highway a little bit. Was it exit 19? You got all your bowling and everything up there.
Mm-hmm. So around the mall.
Yeah. So I think. In time, with more and more that's fluctuating this way, I think it's going to really grow and prosper and become a very unique downtown in its own.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think everything within walking distance, it's just really neat. You know, checking out the history, the buildings. That's a fun time.
Yeah. Now, do you? You said your brother. He brought a family down here. Is that right? Or
so unfortunately, they still are stuck up north.
Okay.
Yeah, they're working their way to get down here.
Okay. So we need to sell more popcorn so we can get down here.
As a matter of fact, I just did. Yeah.
You just did it?
So here's a funny story to kind of go along with this. It was about a month ago. My niece had called me. She's getting ready to turn 5 in April, and we were always together. You know, my brother, his wife, their kid, and me were always hanging out. And one day I'm just poof gone. You know.
Right.
So this phone call comes through. She goes, "Uncle John, where are you?" Out of nowhere, first thing that comes to mind, I don't know why. I was like, "Oh, I'm at the North Pole." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm working with Santa and the elves. I'm trying to help out, get more popcorn."
There's a lot going on for Christmas.
Yo, yeah. And she's like, "No way, let me talk to Santa." I'm like, "Great, I knew it. I shouldn't have done that." And so here I am. I'm like, so I'm gathering up the voice and, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas, Cassidy." You know, I pull out this voice out of my butt.
I love
And
it.
she's like, "Oh my God, Santa!
Santa!
Yeah!" So I just sent her a gift recently with popcorn, and I bought her this compound bow toy. You know, it's like a Nerf compound bow.
Yeah, those are awesome.
So I'm pretty sure the parents are going to be happy with that. I mean, usually they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until they start shooting each other with the bow.
Ah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan to get your brother down here? What's his name?
Mike.
Mike, okay.
Yep.
And how are we getting Mike down here?
Well, I'd like to kidnap him.
Okay.
But yeah, with the housing markets and everything and the way now it's number one to move to Johnson City, the prices have gone up astronomically. So trying to find a place to get down here that's reasonable and all that. That's what they're trying to do. But then once they're able to pull out of there and kind of go that method, I'm sure they're going to do it.
Okay.
However, that being said, it works because he's able to do his side of things, whereas I do, the operation. So he does all the taxes. He does everything. We're 100%. We own it, 50-50. We don't have investors that have percentages of the business. We own it outright.
And this is full time. This is all you guys do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So tell our listeners a little bit about the store. Like, I just was there. It's awesome. It smells unbelievable. Tell us about like the different types of popcorn. How do you guys create these things? Tell us about the process. Like, let's start from kernel to bag and to my mouth.
Absolutely. So basically, the day starts off with me coming in and bothering Abby with Breeze and the Bee, and I get my cup of diesel fuel. Yep. And then after that, we get the popper started. Gets nice and hot and toasty. We dump the seeds in there. From there, I have a special way of seasoning those seeds so when they pop, it's not just your typical movie theater style, and it's not just your typical at-home style.
Gotcha.
It's very unique.
Okay.
So from
that's
there,
like a secret.
Everything that I do is nothing's written down. All 310 flavors are in my head, bouncing around. If you came in the shop, came up with an idea I don't have, just lock it in and I make it.
Nice.
Yeah. So when people come in, first thing they're greeted by Abby, myself, and Dad. Believe it or not, Dad is down here. Cool. He helps out.
Okay.
And so we'll greet you, talk to you, give you the whole rundown of, hey, unlike the government, we work for you, so whatever you need, yell at us. If you want a sample of something, we'll make it happen. Don't be stingy. That's our number one rule. If you want samples, we'll make it happen.
Oh, nice.
So they go through the shelves, and it's funny to listen to so many, like, well, how are we supposed to decide? I says, oh, well, like an infomercial, like, but wait, it gets better.
It gets better.
Every 3 bags is always a 4th bag free.
Oh, nice.
So on top of the samples, if you're questioning between Mama Special, which is cheese pizza, to Tennessee Tang, which is a salt and vinegar barbecue, to Blonde 1776 is a bourbon whiskey infused salted caramel pretzel. You sample them, whatever taste buds start screaming for the best, and there you go. You got yourself your bag. And then after that, we are going to hook you up with a loyalty card and whatever other random shenanigans we got going on.
Yeah.
There you go.
And hook you up on some popcorn. Oh, yeah. How many flavors do you stock on the regular? I mean, it's Christmas time, and you said you were sold out. Like, it looked like you had just gotten hammered, which is, I said, that's a great thing, right? We want to sell out all the time.
Oh, yeah. These past couple weeks have been truly a blessing, but it's just been absolutely insane. I'm one man cooking everything up.
Yeah, you're like sleeping 2 hours a night.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I just got to keep making popcorn.
I feel bad sometimes, people will call and, hey, where's my order at? And I explain to them, like, hey, unlike Amazon Prime, I cook to order, and I'm one guy bagging and tagging. Sometimes Dad and Abby comes over and helps out, or like vice versa. I'll go and help her. She trained me up on making coffee.
Nice.
Yeah. But, so just been hammering everything out as fast as I possibly can. Been doing that pretty much for almost 3 years now, and I love it. But ultimately, what's even greater is seeing the influx of people coming by and they understand.
Yeah.
When I feel so bad when I have to tell them, like, hey, I'm sorry, I won't have any more until next week or tomorrow or what have you. And they're like, no, we get it. We understand. And I'm like, as much as I appreciate and love hearing that, I'm just like, damn, I wish I had more on the shelves.
Wish I had more on the shelves.
I love giving those samples out.
But we're pretty forgiving around here. Like, we're pretty nice. And so, like, we're like, okay, no big deal, right? And we're not super
Everybody in downtown Johnson City, not just Johnson City, but everybody for the most part in Tennessee, even from experience of not living here, everybody's very homey, very welcoming, and it reminds me of home. So, no, suburbs of Chicago, forget it. You don't want to go there.
You don't go to Chicago.
You don't want to go there.
But suburbs.
But my hometown, you walk in to any one of the shops, people are going to treat you like your family. make you feel a little awkward because you're like, how do you know me, kind of thing, or make me feel like you know me, but you don't. That's what we're all about.
Right.
And that's what I still carry on to this day, in our shop.
Yeah.
You come in, I'm going to talk to you, get in conversation, you're ready for Christmas. We're just going to talk and talk and talk.
Yeah.
I don't want just your money.
Right.
I want your friendship too.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get to the heart. What's going on with you?
Yep,
all the
exactly.
time.
And I see that in a lot of other places downtown here. Back in October, Abby and I walked around and invited a bunch of different businesses to kind of get in on a downtown trick-or-treat. Oh, that was awesome. That was so fun to see. Other businesses were like, yeah, absolutely, definitely want to be a part of that. Made new friends, gone into shops that we haven't been to yet, so we were able to make more acquaintances. And just everybody, for the most part, is always like, yeah, absolutely, and welcome,
That's awesome.
So after that, we had our little trick-or-treat and met even more people, and the kiddos walking around the downtown. That was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
How'd you do with the parade? I bet that was pretty busy too. Just thinking about lots of people downtown.
Yeah, I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to go see the Clydesdales from Budweiser.
But you're stuck making popcorn.
My brother and I, we love Budweiser, but
Oh yeah,
got to work.
I hear you.
But yeah, no, it was good.
Look, peek out there and watch them go by.
Yeah, everybody was out there, even despite the rain. People in this community really take a great pride in taking care of and supporting one another, which is awesome.
Yeah,
you definitely want that.
and right now it's an awesome time to come downtown, especially at night. Then we can talk about your hours, but the Christmas trees are lit up all through Founders Park and King Commons, and I mean they're even putting them across the street. They've got so much demand for it, and so it's just
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's a winter wonderland, and so it's awesome.
Well, the fact that they include the businesses in the downtown to get one of these trees, people walking by can check out the trees. Oh, this business is downtown. We should go check them out. So it's cool. Now, of course, everyone's only got a limited amount of space. I get it. We missed out on it this year. It is what it is.
I heard my buddy, Daniel McIntosh, who works right across the street for the JCDA, he said there was a waiting list of 400. So you weren't alone.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, at least they're trying, but also, you got folks like yourselves. They got some of the agencies like Visit Johnson City and them that are always trying to promote, hey, come check out the downtown. Come visit here, come visit there, which is great.
Yeah.
The more and more they start doing that, the more and more parking we're going to need.
Yeah, I agree. So tell me about your hours. Like, if somebody did want to come by and get some popcorn from you.
Absolutely.
Well, of course they're going to want to do it after this podcast. But
Tuesday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mondays we are closed.
Good.
Yep.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's a long day, bro.
Every day, all day. You'll see Miss Abby and I in there all the time. Yep.
Yeah, and Abby just made me an eggnog latte that is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So come see Barista and the Bean. We need to get her on the podcast too.
Definitely.
For sure.
You got to hear her story. She's got a remarkable story. Even though I know she's nervous, as long as you poke her, she'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, she laughs at everything, which is great too. She'll make your day.
She'll do great. She'll do great. Okay, so I'm going to go back because you said, "Hey, bro, Mike, let's do what we wanted to do when we were kids." So where did the idea as kids to open a popcorn shop come from?
Mom always had popcorn.
She just had popcorn all the time.
Oh God, yeah. If it wasn't Christmas or Thanksgiving or something like that with a popcorn tin, and anybody into that caramel corn, I mean, as a kid, cheddar. I don't want anything to do with cheddar.
Yeah.
Just a caramel for me.
Caramel, straight.
And then all the time, you try the caramel and cheddar, you're like, oh hell yeah, and you remember those memories.
You're like, wait a minute, this is a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you told me earlier that like in Wisconsin they wouldn't serve apple pie without what on it?
Slab of cheddar cheese on top.
Slab of cheese on top of your pie, and I have had that, and it was interesting. I'm going to say, but I told you I was more of an a la mode ice cream kind of guy. But I get the cheese and caramel flavor combo. I bet it's pretty good.
Myself. Love ice cream.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Man, we got some good ice cream down here. Okay, so is that your favorite flavor then from your childhood? And so is that why you still make that one? Is that their biggest seller?
Like going back to ice cream, doesn't matter the flavor, I will destroy that carton. Just like popcorn. I don't care what flavor it is, especially if I make it. Oh yeah, it's going to disappear. But if I'm feeling savory one day, I got all tons of savory options.
Yeah.
Chocolates, caramels, you name it, everything.
And you're not tired of it. You've been doing this for a long time, and you still love popcorn.
Still love it.
Isn't that cool?
Oh yeah.
I think that's just neat that the Lord made you that way. That you love still because some people you're like, Man, if I ever see another piece of popcorn, but it's cool because you can see the passion about how you feel about
Oh
popcorn,
yeah.
and that comes across, and that's why you're doing so
Well,
well.
part of that is the flavor.
Yeah,
Just like I tell folks all the time that are asking me the question of how come you're not tired of it? And I says, well, sometimes restaurants are really good, and then they change ownership, and then
Yeah.
the quality goes way down.
yeah,
Not here.
yeah.
I'm very particular. You can ask Abby and Dad. I wouldn't even let them touch the popper. That's how particular I am. Oh yeah.
I got a camera on it right now in case
Yeah, exactly. My phone's gonna start beeping here in a minute if someone gets too close in proximity.
proximity warning. Stay off of my popper.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
no, I have found that over time, popcorn has really changed.
Yeah,
You know, you go into Walmart.
hmm
Walmart sells everything,
they do.
everything, and I see that they've got a 3 gallon, almost 6 gallon tin of popcorn. And it's made out of plastic, and they're selling it for $6.
Yeah,
I can't even purchase a tin like that for $6.
yeah,
If I could, wow,
yeah.
great, but I still wouldn't sell it. So there's a quality issue.
All right.
And that tells me right off the bat, I ain't buying that.
No.
Sticky.
Stale.
Yeah, it's something. It ain't worth it.
Uh,
But then you come to us, it's going to be crisp. It's going to be crunchy. No seeds in it. The only thing I don't guarantee that will not have seeds is kettle corn.
okay.
Kettle corn, when I pop it and the sugars melt, it binds together. Sometimes
Hard
the
to kick
seed
'em
that
out.
doesn't
Yeah,
pot.
right.
Yeah, it sticks. And you can't always sift that out. So I let everybody know that buys our what we call basic training, kettle corn. Like I just watch,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I guarantee. But if you ever find a seed in one of our bags of cheddar, caramels, or chocolates, bring it to me and I will exchange it for a free bag in the house.
Look at that. You heard it here.
Yep,
You find a seed, you get a free bag.
that's
I like
right.
it. That's cool.
Yep.
So tell us, like, shelf life. What is the shelf life of some popcorn? Like,
So in our bags, you're getting at least a month and a half to 2 months.
really?
Yep, everything that I make is sealed, bagged, and tagged. So there are some places out there that mass produce their product, stick it in bins. You walk in the shop, I want cheddar and caramel. And you see the bins are opening and closing all day
Yeah,
long.
that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, they got to replace that all the time.
Yep, error is popcorn's worst enemy.
Sure.
So every time somebody comes in the shop, they're going to see if it's not already in the pan coming out of the cooker, it's in bags, sealed up.
Yeah.
And if it's not being put in boxes to be shipped out, it's on the shelves.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't even know how to really explain it. Nothing that I have in that shop is going to be older than 2-3 days. I mean, it comes and goes.
It's just so fast.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So let's say I open my bag. Don't eat it all. For some weird reason, I'm not killing it. Seal it back up. How long is that good? I mean,
Yes.
you can still, as long as it's not getting sitting there with the air.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So if you open it, let's say it's a bag of cheddar.
Yeah.
Cheddar is very light now. Our cheddar. Oh, if you want cheddar, you're going to get cheddar. 100%. It's not just a taste. It's 100%.
It's going to slap you in the face.
Yep, that's
cheddar.
right. Exactly.
Sharp.
It's good.
I like it.
So then, if you open it up, pour some in a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All I tell everybody is you just push the air out, seal back up, stick it back in the pantry, you're good to go.
Good to go.
But in reality, you're going to suck it down real fast. Before you know it, you're going to be yelling at me for getting you addicted. And I'm all about that.
Right. You, like the first time, yeah. You're going to hook them up. I like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Tell our listeners maybe like let's just say they can't come in. They're like, maybe they live across the world. And what's would be your number one popcorn tip for somebody who's making popcorn at the house or buying it out, like just whatever?
My biggest tip, if you're going to be cooking in your home with your own popcorn, I mean, if you are in another country, you can just go to our website. We'll ship it to you.
Oh, nice.
If you're military, all I need is an APO address. But if you're in Lithuania, Latvia, Germany, Estonia, Sweden, Switzerland, Serbia, I don't care. Just shoot me an address and I'll get it there.
It's on the way.
Yo, yeah.
Santa's sending it.
But if you are putting it in a pan on a stovetop, you need to constantly stir it.
Okay.
It needs to constantly be stirred.
That's why the
nonstop.
machines have that paddle.
There's a trick. There's a big old science to it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Certain temperature and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot that goes into
Type of oil, type of kernel. You can't
Yes.
just pop any kind of corn, right? You have to have
Exactly.
popping corn.
I mean, you can pop most any type of corn, but the quality can be a little bit different. For example, you go to the movie theater and you ever notice that it just breaks apart? It's very flaky. That's usually a butterfly or type of hybrid.
Oh,
seed.
okay.
So it's very flaky, very very soft, breaks apart, and you get to the bottom and it's nothing but seeds and everything. Well, it's because they're not sifting it. They're not using a quality seed, which is why they're able to upcharge it, and then you're over there paying $15 for a $3 bucket.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a good deal for them.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas with us is you're getting the highest quality, best ingredients, and a redneck Willy Wonka behind the scenes doing it all up for you right there. And so with that, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
Somebody who is disappointed, I will never turn them away.
Right.
I will simply pull you to the side and say, hey, what can I do to make it better for you? Or let's find out what you're really into.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that you're taken care of.
Yeah.
That's not customer service with us. With us, it's fans and families only. So anybody that comes in, you're not a fan, you're not family, and I will make sure to take care of you all the time.
Yeah.
And if I'm not there and someone treats you wrong, you let me know.
Yeah.
I'll personally deal with it. And the reason I say that is because of the mission. If you came in the shop, even despite that you didn't serve country, community, if you have someone in the family, a son, a daughter, grandfather, grandpa, your own mom and dad, if I don't treat you right, I'm dishonoring them. Yeah. And that's not what I'm about.
Do you guys have a mission statement for your...
Yeah, so I directly work with veterans, active service, first responders, and their families. They're dealing with traumatic brain injury, moral injury, suicidal thoughts, post-traumatic stress. I don't care what it is. You need something.
If you're hurting,
call me anytime, day or night. The phone's always on. If I don't answer the first time, call back right away the second time. This is how I know that you've heard my message or you've talked to me personally, and I will pick up that phone and talk to you.
Do you want to share your number right now?
Yeah, so the business line, which is the easiest, it goes directly to my phone, my brother's phone. It's 877-720-1870.
Okay, we'll put that in the show notes down below, too, for our listeners as well.
Yep.
Where are you located?
We're at 407 South Roan Street, corner of State of Franklin and South Roan. You'll find us right there in a small little popcorn coffee shop.
Yeah, and it's adorable. I just was there, and it's fantastic. So,
Thank you.
Come check it out for sure. Anything I didn't ask you that you want to share this morning with our listeners?
You know what? Yeah. For anybody who's out there who absolutely loves crazy, insane, hot things, well, if you think those gummy bears and the Pacquiao chip challenges is something,
yeah, that's right.
That's nothing. We have the Hot Shot Challenge, and that is something.
You got some, like, death popcorn, like ghost pepper popcorn? Is that
Carolina Reaper. Yep.
Oh!
Straight up, grounded up Carolina Reaper popcorn.
Oh, my gosh. That scares me.
So it's a 30, yeah. So we've had only 4 people actually pass the challenge out of, about 100 and so now. I'd have to look. But you have 2 minutes to eat an entire 32-ounce canister, which is about yay big, about that wide. And if we had a gentleman, John Cokie, set the record, 1:31 seconds, that he ate it. The other gentleman, Mark, he ended up doing it in 1:58 seconds. Braden did it in 1:53 seconds, and we just had another one do it in 1:50-something seconds.
I think I'd want to go fast.
That's the point.
You want to get it in there as fast as you can.
Yep. And then after you eat that whole canister, you go into a 5-minute hold challenge. Again, this is a challenge.
Yeah.
Not a eat one chip and then just
right.
No. It's got to be a challenge.
Yeah.
So
we got to make sure you're getting a hold of it.
Yeah. You can't eat, can't drink, and you cannot puke anything.
Oh.
Okay.
You just sit there and feel the burn for 5 minutes.
Exactly. So regardless, 100% of the proceeds from that go to the Eric Marsh Foundation for Wildland Firefighters. We'll send a check. So we'll build up. We'll compile a bunch of the proceeds from it, and then we'll send it over every now and then. So I think we've got a check going out pretty soon for like $210.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be sending that here real soon. So probably be doing that this week or maybe next week. But anyways, it's great because it's not only a sense of taking care of the hotshot crews out there fighting wildfires,
right,
but it's also just a fun, stupid challenge.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Seeing expressions on people's face that come
I bet. Or just
too
like
easy.
Yeah, like go for it, big guy.
Oh yeah,
that's hysterical.
We've had people go in the fetal position and they get up later on. They're just like, oh, that was bad.
That was brutal.
Oh, yeah. People will call me and be like, that was a stupid idea. We ate it while we were driving in the car.
I'm like, I've had wings that are like super hot, and you're just like, I mean, like I start sweating and my nose starts running. It's bad.
Yeah.
So I could not imagine this. I bet it's just awful.
It's
like
pretty
you're just
bad.
like, oh my gosh. So
I've done it twice. I will not do it a third time.
Yeah. You're like, why do I want to put myself through that?
I didn't learn the first time.
Yeah.
But I was trying to beat my own challenge. The second time I did it with Mark.
Okay.
And I was too busy egging him on because I saw how fast he was eating. I was like, yeah, I'm go.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the alarm goes off and I still had a few kernels. I'm like, oh, not doing that again.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, waking up at 3 in the
Like I
morning.
shouldn't have been talking. I should have just been putting it in there. That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It was great to get to know you a little bit and for our listeners to get to know you. And I'm excited about everybody coming to get some popcorn. I'm excited about it. Thank you for bringing me some.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in coming down and visiting our friends at Patriot Popcorn, they are right downtown. The location's easy. It's right around the corner off of State of Franklin and Rome. And so they're right there. And you can get a great cup of coffee from a sweet young lady named Abby and get some popcorn and help out John and his brother, help him get down here. And I think his mission is just fantastic that he's wanting to help hurting veterans. And so, if you're a hurting veteran, you want to reach out to him, his number's on the podcast and also down in the show notes. And so until next time, I'm Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you want to move down here, if you want to invest in real estate, if you need property management, we pretty much do it all. So give me a call and have a great day and Merry Christmas.